Well, I know why you guys are here, so we might as well go ahead and get the party started. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
You don't know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, let's start with the reason everybody's here, and that is SmackDown. And the fact that SmackDown was ass cheeks, or so was it voted as such. So, as you probably already know, we had SmackDown where the mystery caller that has been chatting up Randy Orton was revealed to be Pat McAfee. Yes, the punter, the commentator, that Pat McAfee revealed to be the voice that's talking up Randy Orton to beat Cody Rhodes. And this, of course, created quite the discourse, as everybody seems to think it was not a good reveal. I think it's a good reveal. Well, okay. I think the message is right. I just don't think the messenger was the right messenger. But we go over to Cage Side News. So, as with all the SmackDowns lately,
It's actually nodq.com.
sorry, no DQ. Yes, as with all the SmackDowns lately, the thing to do seems to be to see how badly it gets rated after the show. And again, no DQ says, as seen during the April 3rd, 2026 edition of Friday Night SmackDown, Pat McAfee was revealed as Randy Orton's mystery caller after he attacked Cody Rhodes. As of Saturday morning, this week's SmackDown is one of the lowest rated WWE shows ever on Cage Match Wrestling Database with a 0.36 overall rating. The lowest rated event on the website is Heroes of Wrestling pay per view. I don't even know what that is, from 1999, which is a 0.25 overall rating. So SmackDown is like point 10 points over that. And this is not just SmackDown, this is all time. The official WWE YouTube video of Pat McAfee's appearance has 56,000 dislikes compared to 24,000 likes. The top comment from Top Hat Jack called it ruthless depression all the way. What? Brotown?
Ruthless depression all the way at Brotown.
What the hell's Brotown?
You might be a Vince Russo fan. I don't know.
Okay. So another user said if he had tickets, this segment would make him sell them. Another user wrote, bruh, the TKO era summed up in one segment. Next user stated that in 2025, it was Travis Scott and John Cena. 2026, it's Pat McAfee and Randy Orton. And then last user here, McAfee somehow belonged to some royal wrestling family. Because remember, I believe the last thing Orton said was like wrestling has more than one royal family as a dig at Cody Rhodes. So I guess now we're supposed to believe that McAfee is part of that more than one royal wrestling family.
I wonder who the original person was supposed to be then.
I don't know. Yeah, that is a good question. Who the hell was it going to be? Or maybe they didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they would have got McGillicuddy. Yeah?
Who?
McGillicuddy?
Talking about Kurt Angle. I'm sorry, Kurt Hennig's son.
Yeah.
Maybe bring
It'll
him
be
back.
the age of the dawn of the arrival, the genesis of the rebirth of what was Michael McGillicuddy.
Yeah, that would definitely be something. I mean, even Ted DiBiase would have been something. As he's not even in shape right now, but so this opens up a lot of things here. Obviously, as we just learned here, this was revered as one of the worst reveals in history. Again, we just had the Danhausen thing, so I would say the Danhausen thing is much worse. But again, I'm a McAfee fan, so there is that.
Well, the Danhausen thing wasn't propped in the world title picture. That was just a box reveal.
True.
I mean, I get what you're saying. if they didn't have just the mid carders and shit interested, then I can see your point.
True. And I even pointed that out. I was like, before they even open the box, they're telling you it's not serious.
This, I don't know. It's Pat McAfee. Like, nothing exciting is going to happen. Like, he starts off with kicking Cody in the balls like a woman.
I don't know. If Randy Orton were to win, it sets up something after WrestleMania. We're setting up a world where Randy Orton is like the leader of this crusade to make wrestling good again.
So he's Cena.
No, Cena was wanting to destroy wrestling.
Yeah, but Cena.
No, it's different. 100% different.
He's going to have matches where he'll probably cheat to win because he's a killer, and then eventually lose to Cody probably around SummerSlam.
Yes. I don't know. The whole premise of this is, they miss this being Randy Orton and McAfee. They miss the Attitude Era. So they're trying to bring back the Attitude Era. So maybe there's more to it than that. Maybe we get back to.
Well, first of all, Orton wasn't in Attitude Era.
No, he wasn't.
So I don't know what the fuck he's missing.
He was around it, though.
Around it how?
Well, he had the feud with Mick Foley. That was Attitude Era. I'm not saying it was Attitude Era. I'm saying Mick Foley was in the Attitude Era. He was in Evolution. Triple H was Attitude Era. Ric Flair kind of shoehorned himself into it somehow. Yes, it was after the Attitude Era, but he was right after it, so he's familiar with it. Randy Orton wouldn't be one of those guys that comes in and is like, I don't even know what that's about.
That's not an era that he was involved in, though. If anything, he would be trying to bring back the Ruthless Aggression era.
Yes. But McAfee also did say it was like an era they were watching as fans, which then you can say Randy Orton was a part of. Not that he was in the Attitude Era, but he was watching as a fan.
You think Randy Orton was watching?
Yes. He was probably training at that time. When did Attitude Era end? Probably like 2000s.
I don't know. When did Stone Cold shake Vince McMahon's hand?
When did the what chant start? I think it was after that.
No, because the Attitude Era was Stone Cold. And if he's the bad guy, aligning with Vince McMahon, where's the attitude? Was Triple H going to bring the attitude? Fuck that.
Well, it's funny that you say that. There's something happening here. So we had McAfee's promo.
2001.
2001?
Yeah.
And Randy Orton was either 2 or 3. I think he won the title at 2. SummerSlam 2002 against Chris Benoit. So, yeah, he was right up against it. So, he wasn't in it, but he was definitely training. So, yeah, this kind of is leading to what you can call it an internal struggle. So, we had that promo. And then later, we had Cody Rhodes come out and he cut a promo. He talked about how Pat McAfee, him and his representation, can kiss his ass. And apparently Cody Rhodes was told to just go out there and shoot from the hip. And why was he told to shoot from the hip? Because whether it's intentional or not, and I don't know why this keeps happening at WrestleMania, but there's a struggle going on between creative and the TKO powers that be. The reports from the dirt sheets is that it was Ari Emanuel. I don't know if he's the biggest wig, but he's definitely a big wig for TKO. He made the call to have McAfee be the one on the phone. Obviously, because of where ticket sales are for WrestleMania, they think McAfee can bring in some people. And I Show Speed can bring in some people.
Oh, sure.
And Lil Yachty.
Why don't they lower the fucking ticket prices?
No, they can't do that. Anything but that. Although they did on Friday, they had a fee-free Friday. Boy, that's a tongue twister. So you could have bought WrestleMania tickets without all the extra fees. I don't know how much that would have saved you, but yeah, they did that. But yeah, we go to Body Slam here, and this is via the Wrestle Features Twitter account, because this was on Body Slam's paid service. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to see that then. But it says, according to Body Slam, sources indicate that Cody Rhodes was told from members of creative to go to the ring and shoot from the hip regarding Pat McAfee and TKO. Rhodes' promo was not listed internally on the rundown because it was not scheduled to take place prior to the social media reaction. Rhodes and other members of the creative team have legit gripes with TKO for sticking their nose in storylines close to WrestleMania multiple years in a row now. So to revisit it, last year the tickets sales were slow, so they called upon, was last year The Rock or was that
Yeah,
the year before?
it was The Rock. That's when
The
Travis Scott showed up.
Yeah, so last year they called upon The Rock to get the boost of sales, and then this year they called upon Pat McAfee.
And that's really what it was, because they thought The Rock was going to show up that whole entire WrestleMania, and then all we got was Travis Scott.
Yes, and I think overall we just have the Travis Scott PTSD, which is why people are so like, oh, why are we doing this? Why is this show the way it is? That's why. It's because what Travis Scott did last year. We're trying to move on from that, but here we are again, pretty much in the same scenario.
Well, that out of anybody in that whole entire fucking company, the best that they can come up with is Pat McAfee, one of the least exciting options. I think the worst you could do is maybe Michael Cole.
Yeah, Michael Cole would have been probably the worst case scenario.
So, in terms of a physical threat, Pat McAfee isn't going to be on Cody's level.
Well, I don't think that's what they're going at here. He kind of did this in NXT, but I think he's going to bring in, and that's what I keep alluding to. Maybe this is the life after WrestleMania. He's going to bring in other people who fit the bill, and then it's going to be a faction. And then you can pluck McAfee out of it. He doesn't have to be around. He's going to leave when college football starts anyway. So I think he's just there to set up the faction. If that, like maybe he just disappears after WrestleMania. He did say on his social media that if Randy doesn't win the title, then he'll never come around WWE again. So that could be an out, like his out right there. Randy loses, and then he just disappears, and this whole thing storyline is dropped. But then now we don't have Backlash, which I've already said they're going Jelly Roll and Cody Rhodes versus Randy and McAfee.
I just think they could have done better. They also could have done worse.
Maybe I just have high hopes, but I think it's the start of what could become quite the story.
See, you say that, but they started off kind of interesting. It was kind of dark, and then it's devolved into Jelly Roll getting involved. And now we have a punter.
See, but the fact that you even got to that point to care about it.
I don't care.
Well, you don't care. I'm saying everybody. So it's got 33%. Everybody's throwing fits online. You got grown men throwing fits because they got themselves to care about this.
It's frustrating.
It is frustrating, but not enough to be throwing fits over.
Was there any rumors as to who it was supposed to be? I'm just curious, like, was it one of those things where everybody got, they worked themselves up because they think it's going to be somebody because they just decided, they fantasy booked it? Like the Chris Jericho shit.
Yes. Who, by the way, showed back up in AEW, so he completely finessed everybody.
Good for them, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. But of course, he was one of the rumored, well, he was supposed to be in the box first.
Yeah.
And then it was possible that he was on the phone here. Other names: Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, Ted DiBiase Jr., who in real life didn't know if he was going to be in prison or not, so why he would be concerned with pumping up Randy Orton. It's a question there. Matt Riddle, name was floated around. He's never coming back to WWE
Oh, no.
again.
There's no fucking way.
Randy, bro. Yeah. Randy's dad was another one. Ric Flair. No, he's alive. Ric Flair's name was floated around, of course. Dave Bautista. Which it would have been funny if it was Flair. Especially Flair now. He can't even talk. But I bet you take a bump. But like I said, Pat McAfee, the call was from Ari Emanuel. Thus is the struggle here. Every time we get to close to WrestleMania, they seem to want to interject, but they're trying to boost ticket sales. WrestleMania is, 10,000 sales behind where they want it to be. They were getting nervous, so they decided that they wanted to step in, and they thought sending out Pat McAfee was going to be the best solution to get those 10,000 sales.
How are the sales now that Pat McAfee is involved?
Well, you got to give them more time than that. You got to let the news circulate around. They got to run it on ESPN still.
Oh, it looked like the news circulated all right.
It sure did. But yeah, you got to give them more time. But yeah, it does kind of remind me this whole thing, and whether you believe it or to be true or not, but seeing it as the TKO group was making one set of decisions, and then you have the creative upset, and they're sending Cody out to shoot from the hip and cut this fiery promo about Pat McAfee being the stoner and all this stuff. And if it was TKO and Argue Emanuel who sent McAfee out there, and then you have Pat McAfee cutting a promo talking about he's tired of watching 5'5" guys wrestle in Iron Man matches, and the ticket sales are down, and I don't know. It's like they're using their avatars on TV to make points at each other. It's kind of like what happened with The Rock and Cody for WrestleMania 40. It's like we're reliving it.
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of staged. This whole internal struggle.
It definitely may be, but it also may not be. Because again, if the ticket sales are behind, I can definitely see TKO thinking they know what's better for business.
But haven't ticket sales been down just all around? So why would they just now get involved?
We're 2 weeks out. They're like, okay, we let you go, and now it's time we need to step in because it's not getting better. All your tricks are not doing it. But yes, I can see your side that, like, why would they step in now when it's always been this way?
Yeah, like they're not bragging about like all the gates and shit like they were. Or at least I haven't heard it.
No, they're not. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Like I said, this could lead to something, but we'll see how it all plays out. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to the story over the next few days. Maybe it'll be something we talk about next week because there's so much more to it. Or maybe not. I don't know. But we shall see. And all I should say is let it play out. And let us know what you think about it in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe button.